Christine at cricketscreativecorner.com, and I am going to show you how I made my card for our on-stage event from Stampin' Up. So I did make 20 cards. I took one picture and I didn't even save a card for myself. So I'm kind of going by what the picture showed. I do remember that I did run out of a certain cardstock color, so I'm going to be replacing that with the black cardstock. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the stamping of this little oh so eclectic stamp using these two little images here. So let me go ahead and get started with that. Alright, so again, I just did a video on how to use the Stamparatus, and I didn't even align these properly. It was kind of funny. You'll see. If you ever go back and watch it, that was hilarious. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little mark, and I am going to find my other plate. Here it is for my Stamparatus. Okay, I'm going to put that on real quick. Super, super easy. Just pop it in there, make sure it's straight up and down. Okay, so I'm going to lay this on after I put my magnet on there. Super strong magnet. Okay, so I'm going to put this down with this up. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over like this. And I'm going to put it, let's just, I don't know, I should probably try to save some of my paper. So I'm going to flip it over, pick up my stamp. Okay, and then I'm going to take my Flirty Flamingo, not Peekaboo Peach, Flirty Flamingo, and ink it up. Let me get this, hold it down just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to put this down. Let's see. What I need to do is get a piece of scratch paper. I always forget that. And then, because I'm going to like stamp it and then, whoops, make sure it's down far enough. I want to stamp it just to get a little bit of that extra ink off of it, like that. That's so pretty just by itself. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and stamp it on my Flirty Flamingo cardstock. Make sure you push down firmly to get the ink onto the cardstock. Okay, flip it up, very light. I like that. That's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up, flip this around, or you could just take it off and use your other stamp. So I am going to go ahead and take it off actually. Put it down. Okay, here's my other stamp I'm going to use. Here's that little mark, and I put it up to the top, so I'm going to flip it over like this, and I'm going to line it up with this image down here. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over, pick up my stamp, use the Flirty Flamingo again. I shouldn't have even closed it. Stamp it up. Okay. Alright, and then we're just going to go ahead and stamp straight on that other image. Okay. Super simple. If you're doing a lot of these, the Stamparatus is amazing. It comes in very, very handy. So there is my image. See? I could have lined it up just a little bit better, but with these red rubber stamps, it's a little hard to see through them, so it's hard to line them up, but you'll figure it out eventually. Okay, so I'm going to put this to the side. Let me clean this up, and we'll come back here in just a second. Okay, so I've got my Big Shot out, and I am going to cut out this image that I used the Stamparatus with. So I'm going to get another plate on top. I've got my magnetic plate and another clear plate. Put one on top, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to push this through. Let me use the other hand. There we go. It's a little bit better. Okay. Make it go all the way through to the other side. Take this out. And then you have your little cut flower. Isn't that cute? Super cute. Okay, so here I went ahead and put my stamping pad down because the table gave too much of a glare. So, okay, so here's your cut piece, and we're going to go ahead and put this card together. Let me get the rest of it over here. So basically I did the same thing with the flower, you know, that I did with these cute little, what do you call these? Leaves. And then the amazing. And then I have all these different colors. I couldn't tell you what size they are exactly. I can measure them out for you and let you know. But I do know that this is Flirty Flamingo, and it's cut at 5 1/4 by 4. And then this one is cut at 5 by 3 3/4. So I know that for a fact. So we're going to go ahead and glue these down with our snail adhesive. There we go. Put this on here. I got to get my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so that's down. And then we're going to take I'm not sure the name of it, I can't remember. I'll have to look it up for you, but we're just going to put it just like this, 1/4 of an inch on 3 sides on this piece. Okay. So I just kind of hold it like this. And just kind of slide it up there and get it lined up. And then I know this is Lemon Lime Twist, and this one is cut at 5 by 2, so this is 5 by 2. This one is probably, it's 4 3/4 by 1 3/4 is the I think it's Island Indigo. I think that's what it's called. This is Lemon Lime Twist. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on here now. Do this side. Put a little extra on here just because it's on the bottom, and you'll see I'm gonna just line it up with the black on all 3 sides, and it's going to cover that Island Indigo up too. Okay, all right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little flower and some Stampin' Dimensional is all you need. You're going to take your little leaves, just put them together just like this. Okay, and I'm going to put this just like that, so I got them all together. And we're just going to put a Stampin' Dimensional on all pieces. And I'm going to squeeze it really tight so we can make sure it stays on there real good. Go ahead and pull this off. Well, maybe. My nails are they're super short. And it's hard to grab that one little piece of backing off of that. Okay, so we got that. Put it somewhere abouts in there. Okay, and I've got 2 more things I need to cut out and punch out, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. I'm gonna get the materials and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, I've got a couple of different things I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use on the Picture Perfect birthday stamp set, I'm gonna use this little saying right here. Today we celebrate wonderful, brilliant, fabulous you. So let me go ahead and stamp that. I'm gonna use the basic black ink. Go ahead and put this down, get this inked up really well. And I'm gonna kind of stamp it over here to the left. You'll see why in a second. And I should have used my foam pad, but I did not. So we're gonna wait for just a second, make sure that stamped really well. That did not, so I'm gonna do it again on the other side. Things happen, that always happens like that. Okay, let me get my foam pad out too real quick. Okay, so got my foam pad. So since these photopolymers do not have much cushion to them, it gives them a little bit of cushion, so it'll get the whole stamp on the sheet for you. There we go, much better. Okay, so what I did with this is you can either use your Stampin' Trimmer or you can just use your paper snips, whichever one is easier for you. So let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. So I'm just going to cut this off. So I'm going to cut this off right under Brilliant. And I'm going to just do 2 little snips like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this too. It makes it a little bit easier to work with. Okay, so I'm going to put that in the trash. Okay, so I'm going to take all of these words and I'm going to cut them not in half, but I'm going to cut them apart as straight as I can. Just like this. And you know, it's homemade cards, so it doesn't matter if they're a little crooked or anything. You could do this, like I said, with the Stampin' Trimmer, but I'm not. So let's see if I can go this way on this one, because I want it to be pretty close to the top and bottoms of the words. And also, I don't want this extra white piece. So I'm going to try to get that nice and straight. There's that. So there's one. Should have done this before, but that's okay. That one. And just trim these off real quick. And you will see where I'm going with this in just a second. It'll all come together, I promise. Throw that in the trash. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, you can either do this with your fingers or like with your paper snips, or you can get your punch like this. Let me zoom out a little bit. And which is a little bit easier and quicker for me. So I'm going to go ahead and put these inside, and hopefully they're not too short. I'm just going to go ahead and clip the ends off like a little banner, just like that. Super cute. Gotta find it. There's that one. Clip. Today we celebrate wonderful, brilliant. And you're wondering, what am I going to do with what am I going to say after that? I'll show you in just a second. So next I'm going to take, these are all done, ready to go. I'm going to take our Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to cut out with our Big Shot using these Celebrate You Thinlit dies. And I'm going to, let me open this up real quick, cut out the word you. Okay, so let me go ahead and get that done on the Big Shot, and we'll be right back. Okay, the Big Shot is amazing. Super quick, took me like 2 seconds to get this cut out. So I'm going to punch this out, and then you have you. Okay, now we can put this card together. Let me get everything together real quick. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this card together now that we have everything cut and punched and stamped. So this is already on here. And the first thing I'm going to do is take these cute little flaggy little things. Let's see, today we, and I'm going to flip it over, and we're going to use our little miniature dimensionals. Super cute. It's like the perfect thing for these. It's a perfect size. So I'm going to take the backings off of this. Just put it right there for now. They're so tiny. And I'm going to put this right in here. Hopefully it's straight, I can't tell. Okay, today we celebrate, so you do each one of these. I'll try to be quick. Just like that. And then you could actually put all the dimensionals on first and then put them all down, but I'm just going to be a little difficult and do them separately. Okay, wonderful. Such a cute little stamp saying. And you know how the stamp said it was all together. So you could either stamp it like this, or you could stamp it like this and then cut them apart. You could do that with any of your stamp sets that have little sayings like that. You don't have to keep them all together. Okay, so wonderful. I think it's a little off, but that's okay. Brilliant. Okay, one more, and then we are done. Almost. So we put those on there. Backing's off. And then I'm going to lay it down just like this. It's a little crooked, but that's okay. So far, so good. No problem. Okay. All right, so the next thing I'm going to put on there is the U, but I'm going to need some glue. Can you look in the second one, I think? Maybe it's the one I took the sheet out of. There's some multi-purpose glue in there. Well, that'll work too. Okay, so I had help from my daughter, but we're gonna put glue on the back side of this. Okay, we could either use the fine tip glue pen or your multi-purpose glue, which this one's kind of empty. So either one you want to use, that'll work. Okay. So on this, I just put just a little bit, little dots on, not all over it, because then it'll go everywhere. Because this stuff, it works pretty darn good. It sticks pretty good, and plus, but it gives you a little room to move things around if you need to. But you're gonna have to be quick, like that. You have to make sure you don't drop it on your card. Okay, so we're going to put it right there at the bottom. Okay, just like that. Don't need that anymore. And then we're going to take our little Amazing, which came from the same set as the U, Celebrate You Thinlits. I've already cut this one out, and I used what we call our multi-purpose adhesive sheets. And you just put your cardstock onto that, and then you cut it out with your Big Shot, and then you peel the backing off. So that's what we're going to do next. So we're going to peel this off the back of here, and there it is. Super quick and easy. It's a whole lot easier than sitting there and using your fine tip glue pen to glue these letters. So I'm just going to kind of lift this little flower up and put it right there. Super cute. And there is your card. Now actually I need a piece of the card base. Let me get that real quick. Okay, so here is our base for our card, and it's a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and it's cut at 5.5 by 8, and I scored it at 4 1/4, 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and fold this in half. Oops. And I'm gonna put some snail on the back. And then put it right here on top. And that's super close to the one I made for on stage. There is one more thing missing. I did put some Wink of Stella on mine, on the flower, so we'll go ahead and show you real quick that. And I've showed you this before, possibly, if you've seen my other videos. When you take your Wink of Stella, you want to unscrew it, take the little black ring off, and then put it back on there. Just like put this back together, and then you kind of like shake it down, and you might need to squeeze a little bit when you first use it to get the glitter down at the bottom. So I just go ahead and color this in just like you're coloring a coloring book. It gives it a little bit of glimmer. Super fun. Okay, and so when you're done with it, you have to unscrew it, put your little black ring back on it. That way it doesn't leak whenever you're not using it, okay? All right, so there. Now my card is finished. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see the shimmery or not. Can you see the shimmery? Okay, good. So let me show you. This is the card I did, but it's a little bit different from the card I made for on stage. Let me show you with my phone, because I only took one picture with it, so let me show you what it looks like. Let me pull it up real quick. Here it is. Can you see it? So you can compare. Turn it sideways. There we go. Ta-da! There's my cards. Different colors, but you get the idea. Super cute. Even the words are backwards, so you could do them in any order you want to. That's funny. Okay, there you go. And I hope you enjoyed my card, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.